He wore $1,000 suits. He smiled for the cameras. And he ran America's most powerful crime family from the heart of New York City. This is the story of John Gotti, the man the media called the Dapper Don. But behind the flash and fame was a ruthless leader who changed the mafia forever. Let's dive into how John Gotti rose from a street thug to become the most famous gangster in America. John Joseph Gotti was born in 1940 in the Bronx, New York, one of 13 children in a poor Italian-American family. He grew up tough, street smart, and incredibly ambitious. School wasn't for him. The streets were his classroom. By the time he was a teenager, he'd already joined local street gangs and started running errands for mobsters connected to the powerful Gambino crime family. Gotti wasn't just another kid on the corner. He had charisma, a sharp confidence, and a dangerous edge that made people take notice. He was destined for more than just petty crime. He had his eyes on the top. Throughout the 1960s and 70s, Gotti climbed the ranks with remarkable speed. He became a key member of the Bergen Crew, a loyal group operating under the Gambino Capo Carmine Fatico. He wasn't afraid to get his hands dirty, and a few arrests, including one for hijacking trucks at JFK Airport, only bolstered his reputation for being absolutely fearless. His unwavering loyalty to the Mafia ES code and his brutal efficiency in handling problems caught the attention of the higher-ups. By the early 1980s, Gotti had become one of the most trusted and feared enforcers in the entire Gambino family. He was a made man, but he wasn't satisfied with just being a soldier. John Gotti had much bigger ambitions. By 1985, he'd grown frustrated with his boss, Paul Castellano. Castellano was seen as a businessman boss who distanced himself from the traditional gritty street life of the mafia, and many, including Gotti, felt he was out of touch and weak. Gotti saw an opportunity and decided to take it. On December 16, 1985, right outside Sparks Steakhouse in Midtown Manhattan, Castellano and his underboss were gunned down in broad daylight. The hit was bold, public, and shocking, an unmistakable message to the entire underworld. Within days, John Gotti seized control, becoming the new boss of the Gambino family, the most powerful mafia organization in the United States. As the new boss, Gotti didn't hide in the shadows like his predecessors. He did the exact opposite. He paraded around Little Italy in custom-made Brioni suits, his hair styled perfectly, and he'd stop to smile for newspaper photographers and TV cameras like a Hollywood celebrity. The media was fascinated by him, and the nickname, the Dapper Don, was born. He seemed to relish the attention. When he kept beating federal charges in court, thanks to a combination of bribed jurors and intimidated witnesses, they started calling him the Teflon Don, because nothing seemed to stick. To the public, he looked invincible. But behind the scenes, the FBI was more determined than ever to bring him down for good. In the late 1980s, the FBI finally found a crack in Gotti's armor. They successfully planted listening devices in his various hangouts, including the Ravenite Social Club, his headquarters in Little Italy. The recordings were a goldmine. They captured Gotti on tape planning hits, discussing illegal business, and even arrogantly mocking his own men. But the real nail in the coffin came from within his own inner circle. Sammy the Bull Gravano, Gotti's trusted underboss and right-hand man, decided to turn state's witness to save himself. Gravano's detailed, chilling testimony, combined with the damning FBI tapes, was finally enough to end the Teflon Don's incredible winning streak. In 1992, John Gotti was convicted of murder and racketeering and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Even behind bars at a supermax federal prison, he maintained his defiant pride, never showing an ounce of regret. He died in 2002 from throat cancer, his legend still very much alive, loved by some, feared by many, and fascinating to all. To this day, John Gotti remains a powerful symbol of the American Mafia's last great, flashy era, a man who masterfully turned a life of crime into celebrity, and whose fame ultimately led to his downfall. He wanted to be remembered as the boss of bosses, and in many ways, he still is. Thanks for watching. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history's most compelling figures. See you in the next video.